Hey, good afternoon. It's Sunday, April 9th, 2022. All right, so we're going to start the video off. We're going over Origin Protocol. Origin Protocol has had a nice little run up. We're on a 4 hour chart. We down here, we have a nice little double bottom that has appeared. And we have come back and we have retested this market structure and we have a nice rejection. All right, so what we want to look at is we believe that this price may start to come back down here to this 40, between the 40 and 38 cent region, based off this pattern that's showing up. Now, we're going to do a bar replay, but what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to basically measure this whole entire structural move. All right. So typically when you see something like this, what people would say, like, oh, look, it's like a nice little flat pattern, uh, shaping up. And one can argue that, yes, this is a flat pattern, right? Okay. So, but you have to have rules. Like most of the time, if it breaks above here, like to take the trade up. But we also have to be mindful of other factors as well, too. All right. So we like to have a bias, right? Okay. We like to have a bias of price going bullish and bearish. Okay. So we want to take this whole entire this move, and we want to get our downside targets as well, right? Okay, so this region here is where we expect price to actually come into, all right? And this is what we would have had drawn up. Let's do this. There we go. All right. And we'll be looking for price to, like I said, come down into this region. So we'll go ahead and start the process, see whether or not our targets would have been correct, which it is. All right, we're first in. All right, so guess what? We have the rest of this region, and I feel like this rejection is going to give us exactly to get us deeper down into this region. Um, this is nothing but a liquidity grab to come back up to get some orders sold in this region right here. So it's possible that there was a lot of unfulfilled sell orders that did not get filled here. So price came back up, got some liquidity grab. Some big boys was able to get off the board from, like I said, unfulfilled orders in this region. And we're going to come back into this region more than likely to collect some additional orders, which will be buy orders. And we feel that when price comes down into this region or even below, then we'll have a nice little move to the upside. Hopefully, we can resume with the overall bullish momentum to the upside. So remember, guys, um, order blocks are real on the chart. All over the chart, you have unfulfilled orders, and that is one of the main reasons why price comes back to certain regions is because it's collecting orders that are unfulfilled. All right, so let's look at a few other assets out here. Okay, so now we have this is big. I'm sorry. This is Cardano, and all right. So with Cardano, all right. So we're in this somewhat of a flat pattern. I'm not really looking to take this trade in anything on the futures market. If we break out of this, then I will look to take the trade back up into this region here. And we possibly could be seeing the same setup that we see with Origin, where we come here and possibly do this. So this is something to keep our eye on. Uh, we want to see if price can break out of here. Now, price could go ahead and start to fight to where it has some resistance here, and then we can drop. But like I said, if I'm looking truly for long end opportunities, is really to violate this area that we can get up to this point up here. But if, like I said, if we violate this area, we definitely want to go ahead and start visiting here. So it's typically, if I'm trading, this is in a no trade zone right now. Yeah, I could go down to a lower time frame and find it, but we're clearly bracketed right now, and we don't want to get caught in consolidation. So you can start ping ponging, back and forth in this consolidation. We never really want to trade consolidation. All right. If anything, we'll trade a breakout and a retest. Other than that, we leave it alone. Let's see, there's another one that's pretty popular that a lot of people like to look at. Let's look at. Hmm, what is that called? I don't know how popular it is for everyone. Okay, so we got a double bottom right here too. So we could see a breakout with quant step as well. That will go up and we get a nice little a retest, and our retest could possibly be in this region right here. So we still got a long ways to go. And if we violate the 6 cent region, we got these next levels right here. So we got a lot of clean traffic to the downside to at least 5 cent region if this area cannot hold. If this is a key level, this area has to hold. If this area does not hold, sitting here at 0.06, yeah, we got a free fall down to this level. Now it could be a good news for someone who's looking to accumulate. You have a nice little opportunity to accumulate in that area. All right, let's see what this is fall to. Okay, so based off of the Fed levels, we've already met the 61% retracement. We also met the 70% retracement. The next level could be at the 78. So it'll fall between the 78 percent and the 88% region. So there's a possibility that this is the next zone where we could see some price action come down into this zone. We'll bring it right here. All right, so that's a potential on this. As I mentioned before, of course, the upside targets are pretty locked in. This is a nice impulsive move. But remember, when most impulses like this, you have a nice little pullback. Um, unless we're in a real true trending market where we're going to be start seeing a little bit more of a higher highs, higher lows type deal. Um, but right now we're on a pause, we're on a pullback. This pin bar, so it means strong. Something strong came in the market to create this buying pressure. So keep your eye out on this. We got an hour and 23 minutes left on the 4 hour chart. We'll see what this next candle does. Like I said, we could come back up here and retest again this region. Okay. Look at what's a popular one? Maybe Storm X. It's terrible data. So let's go with Binance. All right, it's better. All right. Okay. So um, hmm, we might not call it exactly a double bottom, but I see what it's trying to do. And like we're going to get a nice little W shape. So we're going to get this, bam, boom, and up here. So we could see that we could have a nice little move, rally from this region that we are in back up to this point here, which would be an 18% rally. So we expecting Price may come and push back up here, this would be the unloading zone, and this possibly could be setting up. We get a push, and we could, like I said, theoretically push back down to this region. All right, it's something to keep an eye on. Okay, and this somewhat will be in line with what we're dealing with creating this Bart Simpson type pattern, so to speak. All right, so like I said, price could come back down to this region before we find some support and maybe push to the upside. Remember too that we tax season. We're in tax season, so a lot of people are going to be taking a lot of profit off the table, and a lot of these spikes could be people really just loading their bags, taking some profit off the table, so they'll be able to cover their tax expenses. So keep that in mind too. What's another one we can potentially look at? Maybe TKB, USD. What's going on over here? All right, we got some strong momentum coming in. We got a nice little pin bar again coming in. So something strong is coming in. The market, uh, we could call this somewhat of like a double bottom as well too. Price is holding heavy right here. So we can see, and it looks like a potential cup and handle type formation. So if anything, this is where we possibly could get back in. Let's do this. Yeah. So we're looking at maybe price could possibly get here. Now, what we would have to look at as well is if we do get this bounce, we gotta respect this zone. Right? This is a key zone. We could find exhaustion in the market here as well too. So I gotta keep your eye out on that as well. But it look like we possibly could get that particular push up, get a nice little recovery. Um, what would be another one? Probably do one more and call it a day. Yes, he can't reach storm ass. Should I do hacking? Lost was happy. Mm, let's look at hacking. All right, so hacking is back at key levels. So that's just nice little zone here for accumulation. So back here, mm, so look at this. You got a low, higher, high, higher, low, another higher low, lower low, higher low, lower low. So we'll see if we get another higher low based off this push. If we was trading this, you gotta respect this area first. So the possibility the price still could come up here and do this, or could break here and do something like this. So it's different. It's various moves that can be made. I mean, our job is not to anticipate, try to draw whatever pattern we think they could do. Most most of the time, you just need to trade what you see and what the price is actually doing with price action, and just keep it simple. Um, these are what we call low level, low risk plays because you're buying at support levels, and you can have a tight stop loss system that if the price fails, it really doesn't cost you that much if you're trading these assets. What you don't want to do is you want to have a high risk type of play set up. So what would be a high risk? So let's say you bought here to go long. That is too high risk. Why is it high risk? Because you're really buying at resistance levels, and then look what happened. The price drops, right? So it's high risk. So what you want to look at doing you want to look at low risk. Like I said, you want to buy in the what? The basement. I mean, if you're gonna fell off the first floor window, right? Not the top. Right? That's Oliver Velez. That's his saying, right? So you're if you're buying here, if you fail, it's just a minor little fall. Like right here, somebody tried to buy, and look what happened. It's dangerous. Look left. This is resistance area. So why would we buy at resistance? So there's a rule that you can go by, right, guys. Never buy at resistance and never sell at support. So like right now, we're at what? Support. So somebody who's selling, you have a high probability of price coming against you, just all because of recovery. Okay. So you don't want to just sell right here. You increase your risk. So these are areas that you want to buy. You don't want to sell, even if it breaks. Okay. Now, if it breaks and you have a retest, then yes, like right here, it broke, it retested. This is where sellers come in at. This is people who look to short any asset on this retest, and this gives them the confirmation. Now, watch this. If they're selling right here, where's their stop loss? It's just a little bit above here. So meaning that if it goes wrong, they're not losing that much. So fortunately, it went into their favor, so they're good. So always go by that rule. Get in that habit. And when price is at resistance, don't be looking at buying opportunities. You should be looking at either selling or waiting for a pullback. And when price is at support, look for buying opportunities and not selling opportunities. All right, like I said, I don't want to keep you long. These are just a couple. Y'all always request if you want certain assets to be screened or looked at. I try to do my best if I have time to do it. Um, Before we go, I'll do BTC because I did not do that. So we'll do Bitcoin right quick. See what Bitcoin is doing. And Bitcoin looks like, and so you see the same type of pattern that it's in. What we're looking for now is we'll see. This is a key area right here. All right. We know that if we break this and close above this, we know that we at least have some of these levels that we can revisit. The price may come back to. Now, you have to look left. These areas are being blocked by this candle, but these areas do exist. Um, like right here, price came up, and you have some of these stop we call these speed bumps or these stop signs. Right, so that would serve as a level, and this could possibly serve as a level. See what I'm saying? So even you got this nice, strong bearish candle coming down, still got all these wicks over here that's being blocked that could still serve. But the good thing is, if we can close above this, I will feel real confident that we can at least get price back up into this region and then possibly see a drop from there. Or if we close above here, we still can fight back up to this region. So 48, where we at right now, is a key level. We have to close above this. Let's put up the our moving averages. All right, so we cannot consider ourselves bullish until we get above this 200. We got to get above this 200. Okay, and then once we get above the 200, we definitely want to see ourselves the prices closing above these other two moving averages. But right now, everything if price is below all three moving averages, that's bearish all the way. We go to a high time frame and look, see what it is on the daily. So we're well below on the 200 on the daily. We're below on I think this is the 20 moving average, which is the red, and then the yellow is the 50 moving average. So we below both of these. Now, price did cross the yellow, which gave us a little bit of bullish momentum. This could help a little bit. So, if anything, I believe we're going to come and kiss this moving average, which will pull it back to 44 region, maybe 45 region. We may come back up and kiss this level, but this is the key. This is key. You see how we got rejected off the 200? We got rejected and we pushed down. This is key. We got on a daily. We got to get above this green. If we don't get above this green, you're going to have to wait for any bullish momentum when it comes to Bitcoin. Okay. So these moving averages are very important so they can help you engage in the market. And of course, we had a death cross here to push this down. All right, so we're going to see. Now, let's take these moving averages off and you're going to look at those key levels and you'll see how price has reacted. Look at that level. See this level? Look how price reacted. So what we need to see is this. We need to see a price come close above before we even talk about resuming breaking this 68K region. Okay. So be mindful. It's nothing for Bitcoin to still come back up in this area and ping pong move sideways. Okay. All right, that's it. Have a great one. Hit the like button, subscribe. Holler at your boy. May the horse be with you.